Good afternoon. Welcome to the Michigan Association of College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Remember that your screen and camera are off at this time, and so to communicate with the college reps, we want you to use the Q&A button that is on your screen to communicate with representatives at any time at all. Also, remember there are other sessions you can sign up for today as well, so please attend those. There will be a recording of this session in particular at the end in about a week at strivescan.com/Michigan as well. But that's all the housekeeping things I have to cover right now. Let's turn it over to the presenters right now. First, we're going to have Olivet College.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jared Stratz. I'm the Director of Admissions here at Olivet College, and I'm excited that you're here to start exploring the college process. There are many unique factors of the institutions that you'll be hearing from today, so I'm excited to be the first one to get you exposed to the world of OC. So for those that do not know, we are a small Division III school right in between Lansing and Battle Creek. So we're about 25 minutes south of the state capital. And when we say small, we have about 1,000 students here. So it is very much all about relationship building here at Olivet. It's all about that one-on-one and connecting with faculty and really pursuing the programs and the things that you're most interested in. Those are the things that we really want to connect with in kind of a homey one-on-one experience. So interesting fun fact about Olivet, we are one of the oldest institutions in the state of Michigan. We're one of the top 5 oldest schools in the state, as well as with being one of the smallest, it ends up being, for a lot of students, it ends up being that home away from home when it comes to that, small class size and just trying to figure out what you want to do. I think college, in the world of college right now, it can be really stressful to think about what that next step is after high school. But since we've been here for over 175 years, it's something that every day we're having conversations with students about figuring out who they want to be, what they want to do, and where they want to go in life, which is a big kind of question you may be asking yourself. We talk a lot about differentiators. As you're going to be hearing from multiple different schools, I like to showcase some of the kind of the interesting fun facts about Olivet. One big one, as a student here, you are guaranteed these 4 things. You are guaranteed the opportunity to graduate in 4 years, or your 5th year is tuition free. I know that's huge, especially getting through the college experience and making sure that there's a time frame between that, as well as travel opportunities. For a lot of high school students, you're thinking about maybe you want to travel and get out and see the world while you're going to school. It's definitely something that we have available to students, and we encourage all students to take advantage of. And the 4th biggest one is internships. It's no longer the name of the college that you go to that guarantees you a job once you graduate. It's what you do while you're here. And that's what the powerful part of kind of that small college feel and that engagement is our faculty are working one-on-one with you to get you into jobs or internships in between your freshman and sophomore year, or your sophomore and junior year, whatever it may be. We want to help you build that resume. So some of those kind of top 4 things of what we Olivet makes us a really unique school out there. I do want to touch base in my short little time about academics. So listed on the screen are our top 5 programs here, specifically best known for an insurance and risk management program within our business degree. We have 100% job placement in our insurance program, and that trickles down to general business, going into financial planning, accounting, a wide range of different disciplines there. Criminal justice is our 2nd biggest program. In fact, we have law enforcement, corrections, and chemistry forensic science here. So for students who are interested in being a cop or working in the jail prison system, we even have students kind of thinking about their favorite TV shows like CSI. We've had students going into the forensics route, which is pretty cool to have that one-on-one experience with faculty in that discipline. 3rd biggest program, exercise science and sports rec management. We do have a heavy population of student athletes here. So being a Division III school, I'll throw up those athletic opportunities on the screen in just a moment, but about 75% of our students participate in a varsity intramural club sport here. So if for a lot of the student athletes, they like to link that with maybe exercise science or physical therapy routes. or even high school or college coaches or athletic directors. There's a lot of options within the exercise science and sports management field. And biology, pre-med, chemistry, health science pretty much kind of wraps up the end of it with visual arts and graphic design. If any type of science degree or grad school is a route you want to go to, or even working with your hands, liberal arts school, you get to dabble in a lot of different programs while you're here. So we really do help you kind of find your niche and find what route you want to take throughout the college experience. I do throw out, obviously, college is more than just the classes you're taking and more than just being in person and all of that fun stuff. We want to get you connected with the other opportunities here at Olivet, specifically with student life. So we do have Greek life on campus, honor societies, just like similar to NHS in high school, honors experiences, 35 different clubs and organizations on campus. We even have our own radio station, as well as an award-winning newspaper that if you want to dive into those worlds. And obviously intramural dodgeball is really big right now on campus, which is pretty fun to just spectate that, as well as different residential hall events. We do have residential halls, and about 70% of our students live on campus. So you're very much in this small little footprint of Olivet. You're very much in it to win it with everyone else around you, which is pretty cool with getting involved. I did mention, obviously, with being Division III, we have a list of different athletic opportunities for you to take advantage of if you want. And last but not least, I know I'm running up onto my 6 minutes, but it's important to make college affordable. And this is what we do one-on-one with students, is really help you kind of find the scholarships and financial aid. And right listed here are the scholarships and financial aid experiences that we want to work with you one-on-one through the process to make college as affordable as possible. We end up being one of the most affordable Division III schools throughout the state of Michigan. So please check us out, come visit. We offer on-campus as well. So we look forward to connecting with you one-on-one, hopefully sometime soon.
Jerry, thank you so much for sharing some great information with us about Olivet College. Next, we're going to have Albion College.
Hi there, thank you so much for having me here. I am going to share my screen and go over our presentation for Albion College. And a lot of this is going to kind of be pretty similar to the things that Jared mentioned with Olivet, because Albion is also a very small school in Michigan. And, it definitely is going to echo a lot of that idea of how important relationships are and the kind of experiences that you get on campus. So I'm going to focus on some things that will maybe differentiate us a little bit. But just some quick facts to get started is just our enrollment size and some statistics and numbers. Enrollment for Albion is right around just under 1,600. Our average class size is 16. And faculty to student ratio being 11:1. Some really cool things about Albion is also our placement rate across the board, no matter what students have their major in or what GPA they have when they graduate. 97% of our students are finding jobs or into their first or second choice for graduate school within 6 months of graduating. So that is a really big deal for us that we're really proud of. And part of the reason is because of the experiences that the students get on campus, both with their staff and faculty that they're involved with, and the experiences that they have off campus in the field that they're interested in working in. So just some quick things for you to know as a student that might be considering applying. We are a rolling admission process, so that means we don't really have a tough deadline. We kind of issue out decisions as we go, as we receive them. We're also test optional this year as well, which is something definitely exciting and more flexible for students, especially now going through the pandemic and not having the opportunity to take those tests. But we really do appreciate like a more holistic approach to the application process. So we'll look for your transcript, and we like letters of recommendation and essays, but those two things, letters of rec and essays, aren't required. And our application is also free, and you can find us on the Common App too. So it makes it really easy to apply. Some of our different academic areas that we have, we are also a liberal arts school. So we have lots of different areas that you can major in, over 40 different majors to choose from. Some of our most popular ones are biology, economics and management, which is basically like business. You can take that into a ton of different areas. Kinesiology, and psychology and education. There's a fun fact about our education program that we actually get students or future teachers into the classroom as early as their freshman year. So if you're not sure if teaching is right for you, that is just one example of the ways that we make sure that you get a chance to figure that out before you end up as a senior doing your student teaching, and kind of lock that in for yourself. But what do students do on campus? Our town is a little bit of a rural area. We have a really great connection with the folks that live around campus. A lot of them are staff and faculty like myself even. And there's just a ton to do always on campus for the students and off campus in our small little community. So it definitely has that home away from home vibe as well. Lots of really great connections and things to stay involved with. We've got over 100 different clubs and organizations, and we're also Division III athletics in the MIAA. So there's lots of different ways to get involved. And what's really cool too is that our community, it has about 50% student body involved in varsity athletics. So at any point when you can head to a game, you're probably going to have a buddy or a friend that is playing, and you can cheer them on. So it really just strengthens that that Brit pride and school spirit, which is really fun. And then a quick touch on affordability. We offer lots of scholarships for students that are admitted. This past year, they range from $23,000 to $34,000 per year. We offer visit scholarships, fine arts scholarships that you can compete for. And then also we have something super exciting, which is our new Michigan Promise. And we promise that if you and your family make under $65,000 a year for your household income, Albion College will cover the full cost of tuition with need-based aid. So in order to do that, you're going to have to fill out the FAFSA and get familiar with that process, but we're really committed to making sure that Albion is an affordable place for you as well. Other things that we do offer are different commitment grants for families that qualify for some need-based aid, and definitely lots of individualized packaging strategies that we do on a case-by-case basis, depending on the information that we get from your FAFSA. So the one really big takeaway here is that it's really tough to know exactly how much you're going to pay to go to college until you go through that entire process. But rest assured that we've got you covered with lots of options for scholarships, grants, and any other need-based aid that we can help you work out. So I kind of flew through that a little bit. I think I'm doing good with time. I don't see our presenter's face, or John's face yet. So, but yeah, I think it is definitely, it's definitely a great option for you to consider. Please come and check us out. Over the summer, we have full access to all of our residence halls and dining halls for visitors. So if you are just starting your college search process, it would be a great time to come and check us out in person.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Albion. That was the great information to share for us as well. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to have University of Detroit, Mercy.
Thanks, John. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Cal Rebow, Assistant Director of Admissions here at the University of Detroit, Mercy. I will jump in here and get my screen shared. I'm really excited you guys took some time to carve out the college process and start learning about schools. I think that's incredibly important, especially as you get into junior and senior year of high school. We are excited to share all of this, and I think you'll see that with all of the counselors here today. The University of Detroit Mercy is really unique. We're founded on both these Jesuit and Mercy principles of education. We're actually two universities combined since 1990, the University of Detroit and Mercy College. We believe in the power of education to change people and through them the world. And so what does that mean for our students? That means we're really ethically and socially responsible. We're driven to be service-oriented and get out into our community to make and create lasting long-term change. We do this in a variety of ways through academic programming, clubs and student organizations, as well as service learning. And that's a really important part of going to school here. And that's something we really like to share with our community. We absolutely love the city of Detroit and are passionate about helping those around us. It's a big part of what we do for all of our students. When we talk about the University of Detroit Mercy, what does that group look like? Over 5,000 total students between both undergrad and graduate programs, where we really start to differentiate ourselves when we look at average class size and student to teacher ratio. We operate in small, individualized classroom environments. We want you to get a lot of hands-on learning opportunities in all of our programs with our faculty, and they're a very key part of what we do. When we look at the University of Detroit Mercy as a whole, over 100 different academic programs and degrees to choose from, 23 of accelerated programs, hence the name accelerated. You're looking at participating in both your undergrad and master's or graduate level coursework in a shorter amount of time. Some of our most well-known programs here at the University of Detroit Mercy include our 7-year accelerated dentistry program, our 5-year accelerated PA program, our direct admit 4-year nursing program, and a whole bunch of other wonderful ones. You can see at the bottom, direct entry admission. We are direct entry across the board. We want you to be immersed and get experience in your program immediately as a freshman, and it's really allowed for tremendous student success early on. We have 6 different colleges within the university. We're one of 2 schools of architecture in the state. Our College of Business Administration is our top ranked program here on campus. Our Macaulay School of Nursing, again, is one of our most well-known. You can see our simulations labs there. Our College of Engineering and Science, actually combined, is our largest on campus, home to many pre-health programs and 7 different engineering pathways. And our College of Liberal Arts is one of our fastest growing here on campus. Obviously, yes, we're going to go to school, but what else is there to get involved in as a student at Detroit Mercy? And the answer is quite honestly a lot. Over 70 clubs and student organizations here on campus, everything from sororities and fraternities to student government, newspaper and magazine, ways for you to get involved, develop different friend groups, and take on different leadership roles. We have 17 Division I men's and women's sports. We are, majority of which compete in the Horizon League. All of our sporting events are completely free to attend. We do a lot of free food, tailgates, exciting giveaways surrounding our athletics, and have the great support of our teams here in the city. We do offer study abroad in over 20 different countries on a rotating basis. Something unique we do offer is service immersion trips, not necessarily setting aside an entire semester to study abroad, but 1 or 2 weeks over the summer or spring break to travel the globe and serve others, which is a really unique opportunity for us. We have 6 residence halls here on campus. Something that students don't always know is we do offer on-campus housing. It is not a requirement for incoming freshmen, but we do have many different options to live on campus with a new residence hall here in our 5-year build-out plan, which is really exciting as well. When we talk about applying, and we're a ways away, but it's something to keep in mind, we do offer both the Common App and Detroit Mercy application when sending in that application. We're looking for a few different materials that you can see here: high school transcripts, letter of recommendation, an essay or sample of writing, as well as ACT or SAT test scores. For the first time ever this past year, we have offered test optional admission and will continue to do so going forward. Upon admission, we're going to start to build out this individualized scholarship and financial aid package for each and every student. We have merit scholarships that range up to $16,000, renewable each year. Like some of the other schools mentioned, we do have a campus visit grant incentivizing students to visit campus, Catholic education grant, need-based commuter and on-campus grants as well. We encourage you to complete the FAFSA. It does help us round out your full financial aid package available to you. But we're excited to make Detroit Mercy a financially affordable and feasible option for each and every student individually. We understand everybody's in a different situation, and this is something we have worked really hard to, especially in the last few years, make a viable option for everyone. I think I'm a little ahead of my time. I'd love for you to take a screenshot or jot down my information here. I'll make sure to send it in the chat as well. We are a small admissions team, but we're incredibly hands-on. So if there's anything we can do, we are offering in-person on-campus tours now throughout the summer. That includes a walking tour with a student ambassador, along with a sit-down at admissions and possibly even a faculty member. We're excited to announce that we will be back full-time in person on campus for the majority of our classes for the fall. Thank you guys for being here. That's my time. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Cal, thank you so much. Next, we're going to have University of Michigan-Flint.
All right, let me share my screen here. All All right, everyone, my name is John Amboy. I'm one of the admissions counselors at the University of Michigan-Flint. Thanks for taking some time out of your Sunday afternoon to come here and learn a little bit more about each of our schools. So I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. So we're talking about getting to know U of M Flint. So we were founded in 1956. So we are the second youngest of the 3 University of Michigan campuses, and we are the smallest of the 3 University of Michigan campuses at about 6,800 students on our campus. We see that as a pretty big strength because we offer small class sizes and you really get the chance to know those professors on our campus. But you still get the opportunity to earn a University of Michigan degree, something that's known worldwide and across the country, except you're able to do that in a little bit smaller setting. Also, when you graduate and walk across the stage in 4 years and get that University of Michigan degree, you become a member of the University of Michigan Alumni Association, which has over 500,000 living members in it. So after college, when you're looking at maybe attending grad school or getting a job or going to medical school, whatever it may be, you have some connections and some networking capabilities there to help you through that process. Looking at academics on our campus, so we offer over 100 different degree programs across 6 different schools and colleges. We have the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Health Sciences, the School of Education and Human Services, the School of Management, which houses all of our business programs, our largest college, the School of Nursing, and then our brand new College of Innovation and Technology, which houses 2 brand new, very innovative programs I'll cover in a minute. But if you're interested in doing any pre-professional programs, things like pre-medical, pre-dental, pre-law, you can cover all of those on our campus, and you'll have an advisor that works with you throughout your undergrad experience to make sure that you're ready to apply to those schools after undergrad. Additionally, because we're a smaller school, our average class size is only 24 students, and we have a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are the second smallest of the public schools in the state of Michigan. Just looking at a few examples of classes on our campus, I always say we have small class sizes, but it's nice to see them actually. So you can see a few here. Our biology class, very hands-on there. Physical therapy, we have the #1 ranked doctorate of physical therapy program in the state of Michigan. So there's the lab there that they primarily work in, and then radiation therapy in the bottom right. The machine isn't in that picture, but it's actually in the picture within the picture. So you can see some of the cutting edge technology they use as part of that program as well. So I mentioned it a minute ago, but our brand new College of Innovation and Technology is the newest school on our campus. So that houses 2 programs, one in digital manufacturing technology and another in information technology and informatics. So those are really cutting edge programs. We have a new chancellor, Chancellor Dutta, who's actually previously an engineer from the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor and Purdue University. So he sees a lot of gaps within industry that these 2 new programs can fill. So if that's something you're interested in, they're phenomenal programs, and there's a lot of actually financial incentives to join them as well. When you participate in those programs, many of your classes will be in our new MSB expansion that stands for Murchie Science Building. It's a $40 million expansion we just put onto the Murchie Science Building that has aerodynamics labs, robotics labs, engineering labs, classroom spaces, study spaces, just everything. It's going to be like the new hub of campus. This is a very, very short video just kind of showing what that building will look like and talking a little bit about those programs. Get to see a little bit of campus there as well. Oops. So this slide here shows a few unique programs that students have brought up to me throughout the years as being kind of unique to U of M Flint. So the Preferred Admission Engineering program used to be referred to as a 2+2 program, but within that program, you come to U of M Flint for your first 2 years, you'll take all of your general education requirements, and then you get preferred admission to transfer down to U of M Ann Arbor's College of Engineering down there. Direct admit nursing we offer as well, so you have the opportunity to become straight out of high school and be directly admitted into our traditionally competitive nursing program, so you're guaranteed a spot right out of high school. And then PA, PT, and OT degrees. So those degrees within the University of Michigan system are only offered on the University of Michigan-Flint campus. So a lot of students choose to come to our campus for undergrad so that they have the same professors kind of throughout their doctorate program as well. Application process. So I'm not going to go through and explain everything here, but if you want to take a picture, it's a pretty comprehensive example. But we have 3 different main ways to be admitted. Standard admission, we're looking for above a 2.7 GPA. Our honors program has a 95% placement rate for medical schools and 100% placement rate for graduate schools. So that's a wonderful opportunity there as well. And then we have the Promise Scholar program as well, which is a residential learning community on campus that you can join. So we are located right in downtown Flint along the Flint River. There's a lot of wonderful opportunities and things to do across the city, specifically in downtown. So the Flint Farmers Market is maybe a 1-minute walk from our dorms and has over 50 different vendors you can go to and spend time at. And then the Flint Institute of Arts down in the bottom right is the second largest art museum in the state of Michigan. And it's maybe a 1 or 2 minute drive from campus. And you are allowed to bring a car to our campus for free and park it there. So talking about living on campus. So our housing on our campus is beautiful. The First Street Residence Hall is about 10 years old. It's more apartment style living than traditional dorm rooms. So to look at a layout of a room, this is what a 4-person double would look like on our campus. So you don't have to share like your bathroom with 30 other people, like a community style, like some larger schools. You get to share your bathroom with one other person. You have your own kitchenette in your room, and then you have a living room as well. Quite different from my college experience, if I'm being honest. If you want to pay a little bit extra, you can even go up further and have your own bedroom in your housing. Tuition costs, so rather than breaking it down by per credit hour and everything, I just kind of wanted to summarize it as tuition on our campus typically costs around $12,000 to $13,000 a year. That's before any other financial aid or scholarships, but it's kind of good to ballpark that number so you know when you're comparing different schools throughout the process. So scholarships, we have 2 main kinds of scholarships. We have test optional scholarships that are based just off your GPA here. So if you fall into one of those categories, these will be the same whether you're applying as a senior currently or a junior moving forward. So you will automatically receive that scholarship for 4 years moving forward. But if you are able to take the SAT or ACT, your scholarship opportunities open up quite a bit. And then you can see those here. So we have 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and then all the way up to a full tuition scholarship available on our campus. And you can find this on our website as well. Last but not least, make sure to any of our schools, get out and take a campus tour. It's the #1 way to see whether you can see yourself as a student on that campus. You can go to that link right there and sign up, and one of our admissions ambassadors will give you a walk around. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, John, for sharing information with us. Next, we're going to have Oakland University.
All right, I'm just sharing my screen, everyone. All right, so thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak with you about Oakland University. I'm going to go right ahead and get started, but my name is Sharice Lucas-Perry. I'm one of the senior recruitment advisors in the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at OU. So a little bit about Oakland. We are a thriving student campus focus. And so with our enrollment, we have just over 19,000 students. So we are a large size university. I always say we're not too big, but we're not too small. Our average classroom size is just around 35. We also have over 300 student organizations that our students can really get involved with outside of the classroom. And so whether it's your academic major student organization or our student program board, student congress, we have so many different philanthropic organizations as well. And that way you can start building a community here on our campus. We are also Division I athletics, being a part of the Horizon League. We have 18 men's and women's Division I sports. And then we also just added a brand new esports team with all of our athletic programs. You can get a scholarship for, so you will have to reach out to our coaches from those individual sports. If you don't want to play at the varsity level, that is okay. We also have intramural and club sports as well. That way you can stay competitive and be able to play the sport that you probably grew up playing for a long time. So for our students, it is not required that you live on campus, but again, we want you to make connections beyond the classroom. So we do have about 3,400 students that live on campus. We have 7 residential halls and then 2 student apartment complexes. As an incoming freshman, you can have a car on campus. You do not pay for parking, and then living in our residential halls, you do not pay for cable, internet, or laundry. So you do get to save quite a bit of money as far as living on campus. At the moment, we're unable to allow prospective students into our residential halls. So I did provide the website for our housing, and that way you can take a tour, a virtual tour of our residential halls and our student apartment complexes. So our academic programs are highly highly sought after. We have a wonderful base being in Rochester, Michigan. A lot of our students, they get great internships because we are centrally located between all the different industries within the state. So for our academic programs, we do have more than 140 of them. We have one large College of Arts and Sciences, and then we have 6 professional schools. With our professional schools, we have a School of Music, Theater, and Dance, a School of Business Administration, School of Engineering, Computer Science, School of Health Sciences, and a School of Nursing. And with our School of Nursing, we do have a direct admit program for high school students, and it is a competitive admission program. We also offer graduate programs, so we have master's and doctoral degrees offered here at OU. When you are starting that application process, applying to OU is completely free. If you want to scan that QR code, you're going to be able to go directly to our application. Our application is through our own website, oakland.edu/apply. For incoming freshmen, our average student comes in with a 3.5 GPA and 1130 on the SAT or 25 on the ACT. For students that have at least a 2.5 cumulative GPA, you will be accepted to the university. And we are excited to say that we are test optional for this upcoming fall and for the class of 2022. So you don't have to submit a test score for admissions. We're solely gonna look for that online application and your high school transcript. Now, here are some of our merit-based awards. With our awards, we have 2 separate categories. We have a test optional opportunity. So for students that do not submit a test score, but they have at least a 3.0 GPA, they're going to receive an automatic scholarship here at Oakland. So the higher your GPA, the more money you can receive. If you do decide to take the SAT or ACT and submit that test score to us, we do have a separate scholarship grid for you. And so again, higher the GPA, higher the test score, all the way up to our Platinum Presidential Scholarship. Again, all of these awards are automatic and they're renewable for 4 years as well. We always have a priority deadline of March 1st. And so we definitely encourage you as a student to complete the SAT or ACT so you can qualify for those higher scholarships. With our incoming freshman grants, we want to make sure that OU education is affordable. And so through financial aid and completing your FAFSA application, we have the Golden Grizzly Tuition Guarantee Award. So we're going to look at OU's tuition. We're going to look at any type of gift aid that you're receiving. So that's grants, scholarships that you will receive from whether it's federal or institutional. And then we look at your expected family contribution. If your EFC is $8,000 or below, and you have a remaining balance, Oakland's going to cover the remaining balance of your tuition. So we have a lot of students that OU is paying for their tuition. Definitely want to make sure that you complete your FAFSA application and send us all that information. So here's just the cost of tuition, housing, and together. So we're just around $24,000. And I'm just gonna go ahead and skip forward. We're no fees, as I mentioned before, some of our points of pride. And lastly, just want to let you all know that we are offering campus tours. Right now they are virtually, but we're hoping that in the next couple of weeks, we will be able to offer in-person tours. So check out our website, oakland.edu/visit to gain information about our visits on campus. So there we go. Here's my contact information. If you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharice, for sharing great information about OU. To finish up our event, we want to make sure that to kind of give you all some great kind of seeds of knowledge to grow on before you go out to the next session. And by doing this, we have 2 questions that we love to have all the presenters to answer and kind of give some advice to everyone. And the first question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we can pretty much give your answer in order that we presented this afternoon.
I'll jump in. Thanks, John. I would say stay calm. If that's the best advice I could give someone or give a student that's going through the process, is really understand, take it day by day. I think a lot of students, there's a lot of pressure on figuring out what you want to do, what you want to study, and you get those questions all the time throughout high school and as you go into your senior year. So I'd say find the things that you're most excited about and then really lean on those things as you're exploring colleges. So perfect. If you love an athletic entity, if you like playing a said sport or you like volunteerism, stick with that. And then as you're exploring the colleges, that should hopefully maybe take some of the pressure and stress off your shoulders of like trying to figure it all out at once. So if that's the kind of the one advice I could give someone starting their search. So.
Very sage advice, Jared. Thanks. So I think that something that's super important to keep in mind is, and I think that this is also going to help maybe stay calm and kind of enjoy the experience more, is visit as many schools as you can. Going to college campuses is so fun. You're going to meet so many people, and college campuses are just really cool places to check out. And while you're going through that journey of seeing these places in person, if you can, hopefully, maybe you have to give a little bit of time for some places, but the more that you can see them in person and get a feel for what the vibes are, you're going to start to figure out what is important to you, what you thought was important that might not be as important, and some things that you didn't expect to be super important to you. So the more you get to have a feel for what those factors are that are important to you, the better off you're going to be when it comes time to narrow down your decision. And I personally think that the best way to do that is to see the places in person and talk to the people that will be a part of your 4 years at wherever place you're headed to.
Sam took mine, which is a great one. No, my biggest thing I always convey to students is take the opportunity when you apply to schools to brag about yourself. You don't get as many opportunities to always do that. We know that your parents love to brag about you, but your application is an opportunity to highlight everything that you've accomplished at this point in your life, whether you think it's been minor in a student activity or extracurricular or something major in terms of a student award or recognition. Take the time to gather all of those things that you've done and make sure that you highlight all of those tremendous opportunities and experiences that you've had up to this point in your high school career and beyond that. I think that's a really important thing to do. And I encourage students, take the opportunity, brag about yourself on your college application.
Yeah, that's a great one right there. I would say don't be afraid to reach out to the people around you and kind of use your resources. So whether it's high school counselors or college advisors or us as admissions counselors throughout the process, don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether it's something like just completing an application, submitting a transcript, or just getting a tour, any of that kind of stuff. We're here to help you out. That's why we do what we do and we love what we do. So don't be afraid. And if you feel like you don't have someone in that situation, we're here for you as college reps, definitely. So don't be afraid to reach out.
Yes, that's definitely something I was going to mention if no one did. And I also think this is a perfect opportunity for you to think about what are the things that you value? What is important to you? So this is yes, it's a big decision, but you have a community that will be there to support you. So finding the things that you're interested in, and making, I always say, a pros and cons list with every university or college that you're visiting. It's going to be, I mean, we all have a lot of great things that we offer on our campus, but what's going to make you feel the most comfortable where you're going to say, yes, I'm going to complete my 4-year degree there. And so really just think about what's important to you, and then does that college or university provide that for you? And I think if you do that, you're preparing yourself to make the best decision for yourself and at that moment.
that you're sharing. Great information. Next question, give an interesting or fun fact about your school.
I always love this question when we get this question. So I think we all do. So I think an interesting fun fact about Olivet College is, I already mentioned this in the presentation, that we're one of the oldest Division III schools in the state of Michigan. And a lot of our pride comes out of where we've come from. So history speaks volumes here at Olivet. And one of a couple different interesting fun facts is one of our first graduating classes was 3 females. And if you think back to the 1840s, prior to even when women were able to be educated, that was a profound foundation and something that we are extremely proud of. Same with just diversity in general. We were one of the first institutions to accept men and women of color on a co-equal basis as white men. And I mean, again, it's part of where we've come from and something that we celebrate every day. So with being in older institutions, there are a lot of firsts that come along with it, and it's just something we celebrate. So.
This is a tough one for me. I think there's a lot to mention. I think something that is really interesting about specifically one of our more popular majors would be our pre-med route. We have a lot of institutes and centers that we use to kind of amplify the students' experiences when they're on campus. And a really interesting fact about the way that we have our pre-med track students prepare for medical school is we are the only school in the nation right now to actually be preparing students for pre-med in a new way that actually reflects some of the recent changes to the medical school experience and the things that are actually on the MCAT. And so we have had a panel of a lot of physicians and educators in medical programs at like Stanford, Michigan State, U of M, and Penn State, kind of create and revitalize our curriculum for pre-med students in a way that is pretty cutting edge. So we're kind of setting a lot of the new standards for our pre-med track, and that's super exciting. And it's really just a fun part to see that come to fruition and see where our students go afterwards. So if you're thinking in the medical route, that's definitely a fun fact for Albion that I think is important to consider.
One of my favorite things about the University of Detroit Mercy is we are in the city. We're about 10 minutes from the heart of downtown, and we absolutely love embracing all of the culture and social scene that downtown presents. So if it's Red Wings games, Tigers, Lions, Pistons, music, art, museums, theater, we offer so many opportunities to explore the city through free and student discounted tickets. We have our own shuttle bus that takes students to events throughout the city, but we want you to take part in a major metropolitan area. We definitely have a more of a neighborhood vibe to campus, but being able to be 10 minutes from a city on the rise and experiencing a true renaissance is something that I absolutely love about the university. It's one of our most fun facts, I think, when you're considering being a student with us.
Yeah, so I kind of have two. I hope that's okay. But my first one is that as a U of M Flint student, it's kind of a fun fact. You get to go down and you get the student discount for any of the University of Michigan athletic events. So if you want to go to games in the big house or go to basketball games at Chrysler Arena, you can do that and you get to sit in the student section. So that's a really cool thing I think a lot of students don't realize. And secondly, there used to be a Six Flags in the city of Flint, Six Flags Auto World. It's located where our nursing building is currently located, but a lot of people don't know that. So there used to be an amusement park right in Flint.
So I do have two facts as well. First, we are the only Michigan public university that doesn't have Michigan or state in its name. So that's a fun fact about Oakland. But I think the one fact that we are most proud of is that we are the safest campus in the state of Michigan and third safest campus in the country. And so we want to make sure that our students are having a positive experience, and we know safety is one of those. So definitely you have to come and visit our campus. It is absolutely beautiful. In Rochester, we have 2 golf courses, our own Meadowbrook Mansion, so a historic mansion on our campus. So a lot of great history too at Oakland. So definitely come and visit so you can see for yourself.
All right, some great answers. I definitely want to come and visit Michigan myself after hearing these great things. But thank you all for coming to the first session of this college fair. Remember, there'll be more sessions coming up the rest of the day as well. Please sign up for those as well. To our representatives, thank you all so much for giving your time today to talk with us about your wonderful institutions on a Sunday. And to everyone else, have a wonderful afternoon, and we'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you all for everything. Have a good one.